everybody, welcome to my first promo video for my wonderful signature LsL Saticoy from LsL Instruments in Santa Clarita, North Los Angeles. It is a great privilege to have my name on this guitar, made by who I believe to be the best builder of these style guitars that I've ever met. All handmade. Everything is handmade, the pickups, the pick guards, the body, the neck, the fretboard, the frets, the nut, all handmade individually. I guess the best thing we can do is to begin by talking about the materials we've used. The body is baked alder, nice and light, very light piece of wood. Rosewood fingerboard as usual. I always use a rosewood fingerboard, as I'm sure you've noticed. LsL pickups, pretty much a 60s style pickup wind. The bridge pickup is slightly hotter, so when you go from the neck in the middle to the bridge, there's not that drop off that you sometimes get with the older guitars. And then the middle. And then to the bridge. The bridge has got about an extra 150 to 200 winds, I think. We're using vintage Goto tuners, excellent tuners. I've used them for years on all of the guitars that I've played in this style. Little personal thing here, the inverted jack input. This is something that I did on a guitar of mine about 22 years ago, and it just stayed that way. One Sunday afternoon I was sitting watching the TV, and the jack wasn't going in. It was like the size of the jack, the shape of the jack wasn't going in, so just out of boredom or inquisitively, I inverted the jack input so that it's not it's not inside the guitar, it's outside the guitar, and I like it. Little quirky thing. One thing that's also extremely important to point out, which I think is incredibly useful, which Lance has built himself, the LsL bridge. Now the thing is with the LsL bridge is it feels great, it's beautifully buoyant. It's wonderfully smooth, but you have a choice of the block that is used in the back. But not only do you have a choice of the block in the back, it is a combination of two blocks. So you can have brass, or you can have steel, or you can have brass and steel. And you can have brass on the high end, steel on the low end, or steel on the high end, brass on the low end, whichever you prefer. And of course, my own personal backplate, which is a great honour. Hand-built, milled, crowned and polished frets. Very, very smooth, very nice, easy to play frets. There's a wiring thing in here, a tone thing. The way that my preference for this, there's no tone control for the neck pickup. You have a middle pickup tone control and you have a bridge pickup tone control, because I like to experiment with rolling off the top end on one pickup, or rolling off the top end on another pickup. And I find that the tone on the neck, maybe it's useful in other ways for other people, but I never found myself using it. So I think that these controls are better employed with the kind of thing that I'm looking for, with, you know, just certain tone experiments. One thing that's really important to point out with this, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you order this guitar from LsL, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get these materials built to these exacting standards. There's no, you know, make me one guitar and then do a cheap one for manufacture. That's not the way we're going to do it. You will get this high-end, hand-built, quality instrument. Exactly the same, maybe even better. In which case, I'll come to your house and we'll talk about it.